Hey, everybody, and welcome to Empowered Living. I'm Dr. Priscilla, and for those of you who have not met me yet, let me first say I'm happy to have you join me. If you have joined me before, welcome home and welcome back. So, I've got a great lineup of information that I want to share with you today. I hope that you like my thumbnail. I found that if you are using ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT to be sure to give you a SEO thumbnail. I'm very pleased with the thumbnail that I'm using today, and I hope that it is going to garner a lot of attention either now in this live or it will garner attention later so that people will come and watch the replay. So, with that said, thanks so much for being a part of this Empowered Living series. I'm going to pull up my notes now that I'm going to share from. Just one second. Let's see. Where are they? I put them here on my desktop. I'm looking for my notes, Desktop. There they are. So here are my notes that I'm going to talk to you from today. So, two things are going to happen. I'm going to tell you about another channel that I have. And some of you that are my subscribers have participated. And those of you who have not participated, this may be of interest to you. So here is what the run of show looks like today. I'm going to tell you that if you ever feel that you're pressed for time and you're trying to run a YouTube channel, the best thing to do is to curate some of your material beforehand. That way, when the time comes for whatever you have designated as your posting time, it will be there. I took the entire month of July to curate some information, and this is what I'm going to talk to you about today on empowered living. But I'm going to talk to you from the standpoint of a health issue. Many of you may know that I am a diabetic, and if you don't know that I'm a diabetic, I am a diabetic, but I'm doing the things that I believe are necessary to preserve my health. And that is to do things with consistency and the intensity to manage my diabetes. So, if you want to manage your YouTube channel, you're going to need to be consistent and you need to be intense about it, but it doesn't have to be overbearing or overwhelming. You just make small, consistent choices, and then you're going to meet those occasional pushes when you need them. The second thing that I want to say is that you're going to learn how to structure your plate. That's what I have to do when I'm eating. There are certain things that I don't eat. I don't eat together, and I minimize the risk of having my sugars read very high. I don't stop eating, just as you will not stop publishing, creating, and doing research, but it isn't going to be such a overbearing task for you to do. So now let me talk to you about the power of 10. So the power of 10 is an opportunity for you to engage with other individuals as you build your own community in the community of the power of 10. In the community of power of 10, you're going to find that there are many like-minded individuals who are trying to build a community without the drain or the rush of feeling like this is something that I have to do. When you plan and you plan accordingly, you're going to actually experience less stress. I don't know how many of you are familiar with um, food prep. You food prep in many cases so that you don't have to stress over preparing a meal once you get off from work, or if you have children that you have to prepare lunches for, you might typically prepare those lunches at night, in the evening, so that you're not overwhelmed in the morning. And this is what I'm talking about with the power of 10. The power of 10 is designed to help you with minimal effort. The heavy lifting is going to be done whenever you decide to create what is going to be your playlist. That is the heaviest of the heavy lifting that you need to do for the 30-day period that I'm talking about. Now, this Power of 10 this series is going to launch on September 1. So you got plenty of time to create a playlist, one single playlist with at least 5 hours of video. That's a minimum of 5 hours of video. And with the community all participating, you should be able to realize your 4K watch hours in that period of time. And we'll talk more about that as I go through. So if you were a diabetic, or if you have health issues, you had to come up with a plan to modify or correct what it is that you may have been doing incorrectly, which would be eating too many of things with high carbs or sweets, or whatever the combination would be. Everyone is different, but you can manage your diabetes and you can manage your YouTube channel once you know how to do it. So I'm not necessarily talking about a hack, because these are authentic strategies that you're going to use, but you'll be using the community that you either will develop on your own, or you will use the community of the Power of 10 to grow your YouTube channel to the 4K watched hours that you're seeking. Some of you, as I'm thinking, may already have the not 4K completely, but you may be close to 4K watched hours. So if you need a little boost, this Power of 10 community is good for you as well. Now, what exactly is a 5-hour playlist? I want you to think about it as a sprint. You're going to start and you're going to just go full speed ahead with the guidance that will be provided should you decide that this is something that you want to pursue. So the first thing that you will need to do is to build a single 5-hour playlist of your best videos. And I say your best videos, it doesn't have to be your best videos, but if you want to get feedback that is valuable, try to choose your best videos. But any 5-hour worth of videos will work, because the community will be vested in your success. What you do after you get your 4K watched hours is going to be dependent upon you doing quality videos, so that people really will join and get to know you and believe that what you're offering is something that is going to benefit them. Everyone that participates in the Power of 10, you will get your watched hours, but it is a commitment that we all must make. Now, some of you may have experienced people say that they're going to do something, but they don't. Life happens to everybody, but I'm going to believe that anyone that comes into the program are going to be entering into it in honest and good faith. So, how do you join? Joining is simple. In the chat, I'm going to post the link for you to click to access a document. You'll have to request it. Once you request a document, that authenticates your interest. It doesn't necessarily say that you're going to do it, but it indicates that you are interested in knowing what it is that we are doing and how you might benefit from it. Now I'm going to go back and see if there are any questions for me. It doesn't appear that there are any questions for me at the moment. I'm going to go back to my talking point guide that I'm using and just about finished up there. So I'm going to click that link now. Let me find the link for you. Live streaming. And where is the link? Let me get the link. All right, so here's the link. Control C. I'm putting the link now. Control V. So this is the Google Doc link. I'm going to pin it and write it again. All right, so the Google Doc link is in the chat as well as being pinned. What does the Google Doc link do? The Google Doc link is a request for consideration in the participation. It is important that you have a stable internet connection. I know that some countries you might have power outages. I think it may be called something else. This may not be for you because it is going to require that you have steady, stable connectivity. In the United States, which is where I am, rarely, if ever, have I had my power outage to a point that I could not get back on. Sometimes my battery will die, and in some instances, there might be a power or an electrical storm, but it doesn't last days on end. So participation is going to require 5 days of participation for 4 consecutive weeks. When you do that, all that you need to do is follow the simple instructions. You will be able to watch the playlist of some other person while you're at work, while you're sleeping, while you're relaxing, or while you're doing something that isn't going to interfere with whatever you're doing. In fact, you can even watch the other person's playlist while you're working on something else on your own YouTube channel, whatever the case may be. This is a very non-invasive procedure to watch someone else's YouTube channel while you're getting the watched hours. But it is going to require the participation of everyone who is participating to actually participate. This does work. I have used it before. I'm using it again. And after this 30 days, we'll use it yet again. So if you don't get in on this 30 days, then you can join in the next set of 30 days. But this set of 30 days will start on September 1st, which will give you an opportunity to get your 5-hour playlist available. Just as I'm talking about how a diabetic has to set their plate to be an authentic YouTuber, and you've got set for yourself the goal of 4K watched hours and 1K subscribers, you need to set the plate. What strategy can you use to achieve the goal that you're seeking? All right. Now, if you want to be a top YouTuber, that means you are doing a great deal of research. While you're building your 4K watch hours, you can still continue with your research. If you do not have a niche just yet, that's perfectly fine. You will notice from some of the things that I do, what you've seen other people do, you can post about things that might interest you just a little, but not an entire lot. You could talk about your day. Again, your goal right now perhaps if you have not decided upon a niche, is to get started. So please don't delay. Just create a YouTube channel and you can just talk about the day in the life of a cat, a day in the life of yourself, or what did you do today? You can find at least one, two, or three things that you can talk about for 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes in a video. And if you would like for me to show you how to do a video and not be on screen, which would be a faceless video, you can look at some of the videos that are already in this channel, and they are faceless and heavily driven by ChatGPT. So if you don't know how to use ChatGPT, I want to invite you to ask me, how can I help you create a video that you can post on YouTube using ChatGPT? And you can do that, honestly, I would even say that I can create for you. If you give me a topic, go into ChatGPT and just send you exactly what you can post. Now, when you say that you want to be a YouTuber and you want to get the 4K watched hours, but you may feel as if you are behind the 8 ball, being that I don't know what I want to talk about, go ahead and get the basics out of the way. Get your 4K watched hours. Then you can start building on what it is that you choose as a niche. YouTube will not take away your watched hours once you have been approved for the watched hours. So we're not going to talk about doing anything crazy. We're just going to create our watched hours. If you're watching me live now, please let me know if you can hear my voice. Let me know where you are watching me from. And if the power of 10 is something that you believe will benefit you, please request the sheet so that you'll have an idea of what it is that you're going to be doing. You're not obligated to do anything, and this is completely free. And if you're wondering, do I have a monetized channel? The answer would be yes. So I know a little about what I'm talking about if I don't know a lot. And what I would be willing to do, if someone has a question that they just don't know how to find the answer, I'll do my very best to try and help you find the answer as well. I didn't want this live stream to be so terribly long, and I would like to ask if there's anyone that is watching, if you'll just type a hello to make sure that everything is connecting. You can hear me, you can see me. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, I would invite you to subscribe to my channel. Just type that you are a new subscriber. And if you want to wait, that's fine. I just appreciate your being here today. Again, I want to tell you what the purpose of this class or this live was. It was to talk to you about being able to set your plate. And I was using the analogy of being a diabetic, which, as I said, I am a diabetic, and I have to be particularly careful about the things that I put on my plate, the things that I eat. And this is what I'm suggesting to you who may be interested, for those of you who may be interested in becoming YouTubers, that in the power of 10, I'm going to show you how to set your plate. What should you put on your plate? 1, you will need to create a playlist of 4 hours. It can be more, but you need to have a playlist of a minimum of 4. If you look at the sheet from the link that I have posted below, and you go into the playlist with the link, you'll notice that it is not 4 hours of videos. But before September 1st, there will be a minimum of 4 hours of watch time. And that is what I'm calling the heavy lifting. When you create your playlist and you present your playlist, you're going to find that people are going to help you reach your 4 hours. You will, of course, need a stable internet connection. You will need to commit to watching, listening, or just playing the playlist, whether you're sleeping, whether you are doing some other things, cooking, relaxing, whatever it is that you're doing. You do not need to just sit at the computer and watch the video. So I know that YouTubers who are new and young, you are often looking for ways to improve your visibility. Here in this community of the Power of 10, not Empowered Living. Empowered Living is another video channel or YouTube channel of mine that I'm showing you how this channel has grown to 4K watched hours and the 1,000 subscribers. But on the other channels that I have, I'm also doing an introduction of the Power of 10. So from the framework of setting your plate as a diabetic, I want you to set yourself up for success. And I think this is about all that I want to share for now. There are not any comments that I can see. And if there are comments at the end, once I log off, I'll respond to those. But thanks everybody for joining me in the live stream. And for those of you who will watch the replay, thanks so much. And I look forward to interacting with you guys more and more and more. Until next time, I'm Dr. Priscilla. Bye for now. I love you all. Take care.